it'd be interesting to post my sobriety story online. I feel like it's such a lonely time for me right now because being sober from alcohol specifically has been really rough. I guess you only stop when it's rough, because when it's fun, it's really fun, you know? But for a while, it has not been fun. So I thought I'd just work on my painting and talk a little bit about my journey. From the title of the video, I'm 118 days sober. I think roughly around there. I had to restart my counter, but I definitely knew the date of when I stopped. So because of I went to a party and then I had a realization that I have an issue. And it's so interesting with wanting to quit drinking is that for a long time, for me, I didn't think I had an issue because I had a great social life. I wasn't rolling up to work drunk. I only drank at night for my situation. I was obviously functioning, and it really didn't affect my life, I thought. And what we see in movies with people that are alcoholics, it's this dramatized vision of them, or us, as just on the streets, homeless, or just a total mess. And you know what, I was a total mess, that's why I quit, but I wasn't the mess that you saw on TV, I guess you do know if you have an issue and you're curious and you want to watch this video so you don't feel a tiny bit alone with your crazy thoughts. I was hoping to get to 3 months, I'm 3 months and 27 days, I think. Because online I was searching once you decide to quit drinking for yourself, for me, I kept looking online when do I feel the effects? When do I feel the effects? I read somewhere it was 3 months and you feel you don't want to drink or something like that. And I was I'm gonna get to 3 months and I'm gonna feel change. I'm gonna get to whatever days they tell me online. I'm gonna feel like everything is changing. I'm finally gonna be healed from drinking and what happens when you drink and all these kind of things. I felt a number, getting to a certain number would relieve me of the pain of my past and what caused me to stop drinking. Yeah, it's not that easy, huh? I don't feel it definitely is day by day. It's definitely a choice. It's definitely rough. For me, drinking was getting away from a lot of things, from who I am, and now I have to face that person every single day, and I have to learn to love that person. And if you feel the same way, it's with the same way as I do. Loving yourself is super hard. So today, it's been pretty hard. I was just listening to Lucy Howell's Call Your Daddy interview. Call Her Daddy, I'm not really sure of the name, but a friend had suggested it, mentioned it briefly, and I was just curious because I was painting and I wanted to listen to something. Actually, it was a little bit triggering. I had to stop because I started crying. When she was talking about they go into the parts where sex and alcohol, that kind of stuff, and I don't know, my situation is nothing like hers or anything, but sometimes those interviews can be very triggering. And I hope like this one isn't triggering to somebody, but maybe it is, because you never know. Like, she's being honest, and actually it was really helpful to hear that other people are going through this, you know, and somebody who looks so beautiful and perfect like her can go through it. And I realized, yeah, definitely everybody. Honestly, I think everybody has a little bit of alcohol issues. Because we lived in such a culture where like getting blackout drunk was like okay. Like the next day, it's like a trophy of being like, oh my god, last night was so crazy. You know, like I was crazy. I was having so much fun because you think that's fun, and you think that's what being an adult is like. Being able to drink and, you know, be messy. Like being messy was so fun. And then you realize it's not fun, and it's like it's not fun for other people too. You're not the only one. Okay, so what was I getting to actually? Yes, 118 days. Yes, I listened to that podcast and then I started crying. And then I felt really alone all of a sudden, even though I was also feeling like seen. But I'm alone because this journey is alone. If you're deciding to quit, like it's pretty lonely, but you're finally doing something for yourself. Like for me, I have definitely been really selfish. And this is like something good for myself that I haven't really done in a long time. And you have to face the person that you were in the past. You know, I think I'm a good person, but I definitely hurt a lot of people, and that's what happens when you drink. You hurt people because hurt people hurt people. You know, it's a corny thing, but I definitely have like thought about that a lot, like every day since my sobriety. And sadly, you hurt like people you love the most to get to this spot, and you feel ashamed of yourself, and it's hard to celebrate doing this for yourself and having sobriety when the underlying reason you're doing it is because you fucked over somebody you love dearly, and you know that person could leave your life, you know, because they need to protect themselves, because the environment they were in is quite dangerous. Being with somebody who's selfish and, you know, drinking themselves daily, getting drunk daily, acting really selfish, putting themselves in harm's way, like me, because I feel like I didn't deserve anything. So it's so hard to like do a video. I just thought it'd be easy to like sit here in pain, just talk for a while, but then my mind is all scattered because I've never done something like this before, and I'm pretty shy. And to reveal that like I think I'm an alcoholic is kind of like embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's very uncomfortable. And I guess being sober is really fucking uncomfortable. It's not. Yeah, I can't wait until the day where I feel like fully in my skin. But I have to take it day by day, and you know, find some kind of joy in life for yourself. I'm trying to find kindness in myself, I was texting my sister saying it's so hard to face myself every day. Which is interesting. Because all you do is have to face yourself every day when you're sober. There's no hiding. I was texting one of my best friends saying I just want to like numb myself. And you know, that's what drinking is. It's definitely numbing yourself. Like, I have other friends that are going sober, and we're just kind of talking about how like much feelings you get to feel when you're sober. So yeah, feeling these feelings is hard because it just feels so intense. You're so used to numbing yourself all the time that it's just so overwhelming. You feel everything. You thought you felt things before? You thought that the crying while you're drunk is like you feeling feelings? Oh, wait until you're sober, you're feeling feelings. You feel joy immensely. You feel sadness immensely. You feel disappointment immensely. You get to relive some moments that you really regret often. But I guess I still don't regret it. Because I'm my most self, I guess. Even though I don't know myself. Wow. I'm just like mumbling now. Probably not gonna post this. But maybe I should. I don't know, just unfiltered. I'm not like, I don't like know anything about anything. But you know, this is a good choice. I know it's fucking rough. I know that I just sat there and cried for a while, and then I was like, maybe I should post a video of myself doing on this journey. I was like, should I even be like recording myself like about doing this? Like, that's very uncomfortable. Why am I doing uncomfortable things right now in my life? Maybe because, okay, I'm going back. Okay, 3 months. They said 3 months you're gonna feel so good. I'm trying to find that right now. 3 months in, I'm trying to find the goodness in it all. It is so fucking hard. I do not find the goodness. A friend asked me like, okay, well, it's all about like, do you feel good every day now compared to when you were drinking? I'm like, oh, do I feel good? I was hiding, you know, like just hiding so much of my flaws with drinking and hiding from myself. And so yeah, I was fucking feel happy so much before. So now I don't really feel happy, you know? But I feel like this is important for me, you know? I just, like, I don't feel happy, but I feel like this is right. And people think about like, oh, you know, you're not like hungover anymore. I'm like, you know what? I enjoy being hungover. Is that crazy? Is anyone else like that? I really enjoyed being hungover. I loved the next day. I don't know. It's just fantasy about it. Maybe because I don't know why I enjoyed it so much. I mean, like, because the night before was like a badge. Whatever wacky, crazy, fucking, like, nuts thing I did was like a badge. Being hungover was like a badge. I think it's in a culture of like binge drinking is a badge. For nothing, you know, like really for nothing. Like, I'm not getting a real badge of anything, you know. A badge of having a fun night? I don't think so. Like, I don't know. Did so many embarrassing things while I was drunk. Like, so many embarrassing things. I actually, like, I've only gone to like AA like twice during this time because this is funny. I was talking to a friend who we were going to go to AA together, and I was like, I don't know if I want to go because I feel like I'm just taking up space because other people might need this space. Like, I don't need it because I'm not like an alcoholic. And then we're like, well, he's like, well, you know, every single time I saw you when we drank, like, you got really messy. Like, you were just like couldn't stand up, and you were barf like every single time. You're like known for that, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And then I'm like kind of thinking like, okay, so a lot of what I was like, I'm quitting because I was like, oh, this is a PTSD because of trauma, which maybe one day I'll like get into. But I was like, okay, I'm only like have an issue with drinking right now because of this trauma that I've had like the last like 6 years, and then we had a conversation where I was like, well, actually, were you having a great relationship with alcohol before? And like I'm flashing back to all these other scenes while in college. Like freshman year, I like went to the hospital, like from over drinking, and then like friends of mine like left me outside the college doors, like on the side, just laying there by myself, kind of thing. Just completely knocked out, and I didn't think I had an issue before. Like, plus other times of me being like literally psychotic, like just running around, yelling at friends, calling people names, just being like this evil person that I wanted to like forget, which I guess I did forget, just to be like, I'm not alcoholic. Like, I don't know. Then I went to the alcoholic AA meeting, and I was like, yes, I'm definitely have some issues that I don't want to face, and that's why I keep saying like I'm not going to any meeting. And every time I go to a meeting, I'm like, okay, yeah, probably this is my vibe. This is my people. I like kind of feel seen, you know. Yeah. Feel seen, feel like okay, like to be there, you know. And I'm like, maybe I should, like, I've been running away from a lot of stuff. Like, shouldn't run away from going to places that are gonna help me. And I don't know, part of me is like, I don't wanna like quit it. Like, I started this journey being like, I just need a year, you know. But now I'm thinking like yes, a year, and also really just day by day, because all the harm I did to myself since I've been drinking, it's gonna take a longer than a year for healing myself. In my relationship with drinking, I don't know. It's so hard because there were good times too, but there was also really bad times, and it's just always been, it's just gonna be a battle for a while. Just being honest about it. That I like think about drinking a lot. Think about drinking one day. Thinking about one day I can drink. But for now, I'm not. And I'm on my journey to love myself. Yeah, love yourself, huh? Yeah. And it's lonely. It's so lonely. So lonely. So lonely. But you find friends also to text and call and be like, I'm feeling this. And I'm just so lucky that like I have other friends that are going sober right now. So it's good to text them. Like I'm like doing AA light right now. Like I'm just gonna go to meetings every once in a while. Like I'm just like don't know if I'm ready to fully go in on it, and But I do recommend anybody who is curious about curious about exploring their relationship with alcohol and quitting, definitely go to AA. They're such an incredible, like, supporting group of people. My first AA meeting was in Sydney, Australia, and I was feeling incredibly alone and vulnerable. And I went there and I cried from the beginning to the end. And afterwards, people were just so supportive, and they said, just go again, come again. Like, and I was like, I don't know, I felt so, like, safe space for me. And a lot of people shone a light that, like a mirror, towards me, and that the way that their stories were so similar. Like, I feel like a lot of shame and a lot of guilt and a lot of I've resonated with a lot of their stories. And yeah, I guess you don't feel lonely there. Like, you feel lonely being sober every day by yourself, but you don't feel lonely when you're there, which actually is the most important thing. Like, be surrounded with people that are drinking constantly, and I don't know, maybe they're handling their drinking, maybe they're not handling their drinking well, but like, and you're gonna have to, like, be a part of that world, you know. You have to, like, be a part of this world of, like, people drinking around you, and you're gonna feel, like, alone. If you go to a meeting, you won't feel alone. Anyways, just me ranting on about stuff, but really, yeah, you should go if you're curious, supportive people. And if you're scared of, like, if you're scared of the religious factor of it, because I did mention God and stuff, I just kind of, like, ignore that stuff, because, well, I'm spiritual, but I'm not, like, going there for God, you know. I went to, like, the Rainbow Room, I guess, so it's, like, LGBTQ plus people that identify, and I felt really safe there. And I don't know, so if you're wondering, if you're scared with the religious factor, it's not really about that. They just say all this God stuff, but I just kind of, like, whatever about it, and just focus on why you're there, is just to be a place that's supportive and to get clean. Okay, this is a little rambling, but I guess what I'm gonna say in the end is one thing that I really took out of my first meeting in AA, and this person mentioned that I think they've been sober for a long time. I didn't hear this part. Very long time. And they said that it took them 16 years to feel the benefits of being sober. And I really resonated with that, because in the beginning of my journey, I'm, like, looking up, like, when are you gonna feel the benefits of, like, being sober? Like, and, like, pulling out that 3-month thing that I mentioned earlier, and was like, okay, 3 months is gonna, like, change my life. And, or it's gonna have, like, some kind of answers for me. And I realized that it's gonna be a long journey, and that I'm trying to unwind all these hurtful things that I've done to myself and others. And it's gonna take a while for things to settle down and for me to feel good, because I also had pressures on myself of, like, getting better, being a better person. When am I going to be a better person? When are my issues going to be resolved? And it's not going to be anytime soon, and that's okay with me. Now I felt hope in hearing that for her it took 16 years. It gave me grace because yes, you feel like the immediate effects of like your skin looks really great, you're getting good sleep, I guess, like maybe you're losing some weight. You know, I didn't get any of that, like, which else is probably me being like, oh my god, I'm not doing it enough, like enough, blah, blah. And she just gave me grace of just being like, it's okay, it's gonna take a long time, and that's okay. Like what's good is that you're doing this for yourself. The atonement for all the other things is gonna take a while. I don't know. I hope you got some. I don't know how to explain that nicely. It's just so relieving to me that like it's gonna take a while, you know. That like because I'm like 3 months and 27 days in. That like answers are not gonna happen immediately. Like I'm just stop putting the pressure on myself about stuff. Yeah. So no pressure on yourself. It's a long journey ahead. You know, good luck. Find your community. It's gonna be a lonely road, but it's gonna be worth it. I'm telling myself that right now. People have told me that it's worth it. So I'm just passing on the knowledge. It's gonna be worth it. Self-doubt is just always constant. It's gonna be worth it. So I tell myself. Okay, that's 118 days sober. Me checking out from this rambling video. I wonder if anybody will actually watch this. But maybe I'll do some more. Track my own journey.